Alright, so we're back for another My Hero review. I fell a little bit behind, but I'm going to go ahead and catch up. I'll review episode 44 today. I'll do 45 tomorrow, and then I'll do 46 the day after. So the next 3 days, I'll do a My Hero review here, because the anime, it just continues to get better and better. My Hero is one of these mangas that is, like, being adapted very well to the screen. Like, you look at something like, I don't know, any of these long-running shonen animes like Naruto, One Piece, stuff like that, because they have to get an episode out every week for, like, forever, you know, there's, like, slow pacing, like, plotting moments, filler, all types of stuff like that. But My Hero, as this kind of seasonal thing, like, doesn't have those same kind of drawbacks, so it creates a very, like, good viewing experience. So this episode opens up with Deku and Shoji kind of talking about what's going on with Tokiyami. They were attacked by the villain Moonfish. That's the guy that's currently battling with Todoroki and Bakugo. And Shoji explains that when Moonfish attacked, one of his kind of tentacle arms was cut off, and that kind of caused Tokiyami, who was kind of suppressing his quirk Dark Shadow, because, you know, when it's dark, he loses control of it. He was kind of suppressing it, and after Shoji gets hurt, like, that causes Tokiyami to kind of go berserk, and Dark Shadow goes crazy, gets massive, out of control, just looming large over everything, right? This was set up previously, too, where, like, we saw Tokiyami doing training, like, in a cave, like, you know, obviously training to control Dark Shadow, and we also saw Tokiyami kind of training to control how effective Dark Shadow could be in the light. That was a long time ago, before the sports festival, though. But basically, because Tokiyami is kind of going crazy all over the place, Shoji and Deku are kind of, like, on the run. You know, they're kind of dancing around because Tokiyami is berserk. Well, not necessarily him, but Dark Shadow, right? So basically, Deku's left with a choice, because Dark Shadow's kind of in the way of where Deku, or at least where he thinks Bakugo and Todoroki are. And, like, the scene kind of ends with Shoji saying, like, you know, make a choice. Do you want to stay here and help me try and help Tokiyami? Or do you want to head forward and try and help Todoroki and Bakugo? Now, at that point, the scene switches over to Todoroki and Bakugo. They're on the defensive against Moonfish, because his blade tooth quirk, you know, shooting blades out of his teeth, is so fast and, like, efficient, and it's very difficult for Todoroki and Bakugo to kind of counterattack it. And then when you consider the fact that like, Moonfish is, like, an experienced fighter, like, he's really able to hold both of them down, and Bakugo and Todoroki are also unable to use, like, you know, Bakugo straight up can't use his explosion quirk, because, you know, they're in a forest, so that could cause the trees to ignite. And same thing with Todoroki. Todoroki is not able to use his flames, because, again, like, if the trees ignite, they would be, you know, in big time shit. But at that moment, like, Deku, Shoji, and Dark Shadow and Tokiyami kind of show up, and Deku had come up with a plan to kind of use Shoji's tentacles as, like, decoys, and they're able to get to the place where Bakugo and Todoroki are fighting Moonfish, and basically, like, Moonfish attacks Dark Shadow, and Dark Shadow just absolutely dicks Moonfish down in seconds, and, like, you know, Todoroki and Bakugo, like, you know, they make that point, like, you know, we were struggling against it, and Dark Shadow just literally dicks him down in seconds. Now, right after Dark Shadow does that, Todoroki and Bakugo kind of rush in and, like, use both of their quirks in a way that just, like, the light illuminates over Tokiyami, so Dark Shadow is basically, you know, subdued, and Tokiyami is able to kind of bring it back inside of him. So, like, that situation is cleared. But needless to say, Dark Shadow's a fucking beast. And, like, Tokiyami berserk mode like this with the full power Dark Shadow, he certainly is very top tier. Like, I don't know if any of Class 1A would be able to fuck with Dark Shadow. I don't think so. Like, even Deku right now, like, full, like, well, the 100% power would obviously be enough to, like, KO Dark Shadow, right? But, like, Deku can't really control it yet, so, like, Dark Shadow is pretty fucking top tier. Now, Deku kind of fills Tokiyami and Shoji in on everything that's going on. Same with Bakugo and Todoroki. So the mission at that point becomes to get back to the main cabin, you know, kind of protecting Bakugo along the way. Now, what's funny is Deku really starts to get full of himself around here, and this is where he mentions, like, you know, he goes over everyone's abilities, and he's like, honestly, with this group, we could even go up against All Might. And it's like, bro, Deku, chill. Y'all are not fucking with All Might. It's just not happening. Yo, I saw a fantastic meme on Twitter, man, of like someone showing that screen cap with the characters, and then the last was just Shaquille O'Neal, famous basketball player who retired and is now an analyst, just like laughing hysterically because it's such a ridiculous claim. Like, All Might would absolutely shit on them. But after this, it goes over to Toga, who is attacking Urika and Froppy, and Toga actually has them on the defensive. She has this sort of device which she kind of plugs, like, it's like this device that sucks out blood, and when she stabs someone, it'll, like, you know, slowly suck up their blood. Now, we don't know as of right now, just based on in these episodes, we don't know why it is that Toga is trying to suck up people's blood, but we do see that she likes to use knives and stuff. Now, she is able to kind of pin Froppy to a tree, but Urika is actually able to take her down with the martial arts that she learned while she was on her internship. So that works out very well. She's able to subdue Toga, but unfortunately, like, Toga, like, starts talking crazy. Like, she's kind of, you know, got that, like, insane, like, Harley Quinn-esque, you know, type attitude. And, like, she just talks about how there's someone she likes. And this happens frequently with Urika, where she gets kind of distracted. Like, when someone talks about, like, Deku, or, like, if you like Deku, like, this type of thing. Remember this happened during the final exams for Urika when she was going up against 13. This is something that will continue to be an issue moving forward. But here, it actually allows Toga to stab Urika and actually suck up some of her blood. Now, the rest of the group actually arrives at this moment, so Toga retreats rather than try and fight everyone. But one thing that's very important is Toga, during this encounter, did not reveal her quirk. So, you know, in the anime right now, it's still not really revealed what her abilities actually are. At this moment, they fill in Urika and Froppy about what's going on, and it's revealed, oh, okay, but how are you protecting Bakugo if Bakugo's not here? And they turn around, and Bakugo and Tokiyami are gone, vanished. And then one of my favorite characters shows up. I love this dude. Mr. Compress, a magician, shows up, standing up on a tree. And he's kind of a smooth talker. You know, like, he, you know, tricks, magic, that's like his type of shit. And like a showman or an entertainer. Like, the way he talks, I just love it. Like, the kind of, like, cocky, like, attitude that he's bringing to it. And Todoroki even points out, like, you are really looking down on us by, like, talking with us so much about what you want to do. Because he does mention that they want Bakugo, and they think that Bakugo would, I don't know, be better served as a villain, right? Now, Mr. Compress, at this point, it's not really revealed what his quirk is, but whatever it is, he was able to get both Bakugo and Tokiyami. And he, like, Todoroki shoots his ice at Compress, and he's able to easily dodge it, so he is very fast right off the jump. Now, Compress, because he has Tokiyami and Bakugo, and while he's talking about them, he reveals, like, these kind of little, like, orbs, or, you know, kind of like marbles that he has in his hand. And, like, the way he's talking indicates that the two, like, marble objects he has in his hand are actually Tokiyami and Bakugo. Then he contacts the villains, the rest of the villains, and tells them that their mission is complete, and he heads off to go meet up with them. We see a scene, now this is important, Dabi and Twice are kind of walking towards the meeting spot, and we see Ioma, whatever, the belly button laser guy. We see him kind of hiding out, and, like, he's kind of been, like, you know, just hiding this whole time, and he actually makes a noise, and it does, like, in the manga it was hard to tell, but it does seem here like Dabi just straight up looks him in the eye and sees that he's there. But at that point, Twice informs him, like, oh, what should we do about the Nomu that was brought with us? Because it'll only listen to Dabi's voice. Well, Dabi calls it, and tells it that the mission is over. We do see this Nomu with like chainsaws, like running very fast after Momo and another member of Class B. You know, like Momo is, I don't want to say critically injured, but she certainly did have kind of a big injury. Now, because Dabi calls the Nomu, it actually, as it's about to kill Momo and the guy from Class 1B, it actually kind of relents and goes out of attack mode and just leaves. Now, Momo, in this time, thinks up a good idea. You know, she creates a tracking device and has the dude from Class 1B actually weld the tracking device into the Nomu. Because the Nomu, it's not like, you know, aggressive by nature, it just does what it's told. Like, you know, this is what we saw in Season 1, like when Shigaraki was first talking about the Nomus, like they have no intelligence, it's just they, you know, do as they're told. So, the Nomu has a tracking device in it after this. There's 2 scenes basically left. We do see that the Black Gate guy, the teleporter guy, he actually does show up at the battlefield to get Magnate and Spinner out of there because they were subdued by the Pussycats. And then the last thing we see from the episode is basically using a combination of Urika and Froppy, Shoji, Todoroki, and Deku are able to catch up with Compress and kind of like, you know, like they fly up and tackle him down to the ground and they land right in front of Toga, Twice, and Dabi. And that's how the episode ends, with them kind of meeting up at the spot where the villains are going to make their retreat. So there it is, guys. Another fantastic episode. My Hero continues to impress. And, like, honestly, this is just, like, the new, like, how it is. Like, My Hero is going to be good week after week. We're also getting very close now to, like, a big moment that anyone who's read the manga is waiting for. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.